What's eating Tony Greig?
The Zimbabwe issue and what we as a cricket community should do is a complex question. If I was certain that every dollar of the millions of dollars that the ICC gives Zimbabwe because of their status in the game was going to the betterment of the game in Zimbabwe, I would be very reluctant to withdraw support to the Zimbabwe cricket fraternity. My problem is that those who are in charge of the game in Zimbabwe have not denounced Mugabe. They are, I suppose, in a catch-22 situation. If they did, they'd probably be thrown out and replaced. Now, if this did happen, we would then know that the time was right to act against their replacements. In the meantime, I think it's fair to assume that there has been some shark practice, and this much, from what I can gather, was exposed in the ICC investigation into Zimbabwe cricket. There is no doubt that the action of the Friends of Zimbabwe have helped prop them up. India is the main culprit here, and it seems that they will continue to help them in the knowledge that in return Zimbabwe will always vote as India wants. South Africa has also done nothing to help the situation, although they now seem to be reviewing their stance. This week at the ICC meetings we will know more. If it was left to me, I would put on hold the money cricket pays Zimbabwe cricket until the crisis they're experiencing is over. It can't be long now before Mugabe's rule will be over, and assuming things improve, the time will then be right for the cricket community to come to the party in a big way in an effort to help get Zimbabwe cricket back to where it once was.
What's eating Tony Greig?
After many behind-closed-doors meetings in an effort to resolve the Zimbabwe crisis in Dubai, the Zimbabwe delegation was persuaded to recommend to its board that the Zimbabwe team should pull out of the ICC World 2020. The delegation has undertaken to report back on the decision of its board to the ICC within 1 month, and I think it's probably a formality. The ICC has been discussing Zimbabwe's futures at a board meeting in Dubai after England and South Africa broke off cricket relations with Zimbabwe last week. The sport's governing body has decided Zimbabwe will not, for now, be suspended from international cricket. But that may change pending a fresh investigation of Zimbabwe cricket by independent ICC committee, which will include Dr. Julian Hunt from the West Indies, Arjuna Ranatunga from Sri Lanka, and one other still to be announced. I'm certainly not into kicking a dog when it's down, but there is nothing the ICC can do for Zimbabwe while Robert Mugabe continues to terrorize the country. Common sense suggests that their membership of the ICC should be suspended until things change. The question as to why this hasn't happened is simple. India wants Zimbabwe's vote to get their way at ICC meetings. Simple as that. It seems to me that what is happening in Dubai was little more than a sham, a highly artificial game of cricket politics that ended with England getting what they wanted, the World 2020 Championship, India maintaining its leverage to twist the arms of the other members at future meetings, Pakistan getting the oval forfeit reversed, and Zimbabwe hanging on to their membership and therefore the dollars. Cricket just has to find a way to govern itself without allowing self-interest to dictate policy. I'm not blaming India because they no doubt see this as payback time for all those years England and Australia did exactly what India are doing now. Perhaps we have to put up with the current farce for a while to get everyone to appreciate what cricket really needs. Smart, impartial government. The only way to do this is to run cricket the same way a public company is run. We need the best qualified board of directors to whom the various committees and executives will report. Don't hold your breath though. Turkeys don't vote for Christmas. There was one really good speech made at the ICC conference that came from James Sutherland, Cricket Australia's CEO. He said that a new format for Test cricket and the incredibly popular 2020 format will ensure them both strong futures, but that world cricket should not lose sight of the fact that its prosperity has been built on the 50-over one-day game. Cricket, he said, is in great shape and was probably the world's second biggest sport, but its success depends on three formats. In this context, Sutherland thinks that we should never lose sight of the fact that international cricket is the foundation on which cricket has been built. Sutherland is of the view that it is not only the foundation of the game, but for all members, possibly the exception of India, cricket could not survive without it. He thinks international cricket is cricket's lifeblood, and that if we compromise it, we do so at our peril. He is absolutely adamant that 2020 must be designed, structured and promoted so as to complement, not compromise, international cricket. Sutherland also called on administrators to respect the role of players and listen to their views. Some pretty sensible stuff there.